Guys, welcome back. We're going to do another art lesson from home. This week in my classroom is all things about the state of Ohio. So our third grade project is drawing the Great Seal of Ohio, and I'm going to show that to you right now. All right, so on our classroom webpage, I've got a downloadable printable right here, and it's got the seal of Ohio in the corner, and then in the middle, it's just got a blank circle. But you really don't need to download this or use your printer ink at home. You can also just follow along with our video. And as for your big circle, you can draw it yourself or find something that is a circle shape at home and you can trace that. Like a bowl would be a good idea, even a small plate you could put on your paper and just trace to get your circle, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get started. The Seal of Ohio has lots of symbols in it. So I'm gonna use marker just so you can see what's going on and what I'm drawing. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, so the first thing, we need our circle. If you don't have the printable at home, you need to draw a big circle on your paper, all right? So to start with, we can just trace that circle.
Yeah, trace it.
And I'm using Sharpie marker, but you could use pencil at home. And if you do use a Sharpie, you probably want to put another paper under so that it doesn't bleed through. All right. So a big circle to start with. So the Seal of Ohio has icons and symbols hidden inside of it that represent our state and are specific just to Ohio. So the first thing we're going to do is make the outside, and it's a circle, and inside of it has a secondary circle. So once you get your large circle done, we're going to do a smaller circle inside, and that's going to give us the space for the writing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go inside here. You want to leave a little bit of space, guys, and do a smaller circle inside of your big circle. And sometimes it's easier if you turn your paper while you're drawing. That's perfectly fine. While you're drawing your circle.
It looks like it could be a clock.
It does look like it could be a clock right now. Stop. What? Yep, that's okay. Look, mine got messy too. All right, so we have 2 circles so far. Ready to rock? All right, now inside of the circle, there's a landscape. Okay, the bottom shows a pasture or a field and the Ohio River going next to it. And behind it has the hills that are down in southern Ohio. So to start our next part, we're going to split this almost in half so that we have the land below. And then in the front, there's our house cat coming in. Hi, Mr. Miles. All right, so the bottom is going to be the pasture, the field, and the top is going to be where we put the mountains. So to start with, let's just divide that in half, okay? So I just made a horizontal line. All right, good deal. Now the background, we've got these really cool hills in southern Ohio. So we're going to add those in next. And you can make them somewhat of a triangular shape. Okay, with little bouncy edges, okay? So an organic shape, it's not a straight line, they're a little bit wiggly, and it'll give the illusion of some mountains, or in Ohio, they're actually just hills. So hills in the background. Look up here to see what we're doing. All right, looking good, you guys. We filled those up. All right, in the front, you're gonna have this big portion that looks like a wheat field, and then along the edge we're going to allow a little space for a blue river. So let's draw that in next, okay? And it's kind of a diagonal line that comes across. So from the mountains, we're going to draw that line forward or towards the front of our drawing, which is called a foreground, middle ground, and then we'll have a background. All right, looking good? Okay. Now, the background behind the mountains, it's going to look like the sun moving across the sky. And it goes from like a small arc to a bigger to a really big one. So we're going to start drawing those in next. And I'm going to start with a small sunshine shape. Okay. And then we're going to continue to draw those arc lines, getting bigger as they move across the sky. So it's almost like you're drawing a rainbow. That's okay. Yep, we're going to do those next. Don't worry. Yep, we got it. All right. The problem with drawing with Sharpie is when you make a mistake, we cannot erase it, but we're going to work through it. No big deal. Ready, Freddies? All right. So coming out of that sun, just like when we're a kiddo, we draw the sunshine and then we draw all the rays showing. That is actually the way that this is drawn for the state of Ohio also. So now we're going to make those rays coming out. And these are diagonal lines that radiate out from the sunshine, and they move across the background. So it kind of looks like a really simple spider web right now. Yeah, you got it. Very simple. All right, looking good, you guys. In the foreground is the part of an artwork that is closest to us. So that pasture or the wheat field. There's two very special icons, and one is a bushel or a bundle of wheat. So we're going to draw that on the right-hand side of the pasture. So the bottom of it is almost like when you're drawing a tree trunk to start with, kind of like you're drawing a tree trunk, okay? And then the top of it looks kind of like a mushroom shape or an umbrella. So we're going to draw that shape in next. Got it? Yeah, looking good. And then you connect those sides in. And, all right. We'll add some more texture lines to it in a little bit. But this will give you a start to the wheat. And this is to show that Ohio has lots of agriculture. All right. Looking good, looking good. Okay, next to that, going over towards the left side of the wheat field, there's a bundle of arrows. And this is because the Native American Indians who lived here in Ohio, there's a rich heritage. So we're putting 17 arrows in a bundle, which is next to the wheat. So let me show you on this little printout. All right, so we're going to draw that part next. And you're going to draw your lines as diagonal lines that crisscross. And as they crisscross, keep count. Try to get to 17, okay? So just to decide on my placement, I'm going to start with the letter X. And that gives me 2 arrows in my bundle. And then we're going to continue to fill them in as they get tighter and tighter together. We'll keep counting.
There's too much of them.
There are a lot, aren't there? All right, looking good? Yeah. All right, so here we go. We've got a bundle. And at the top, they're going to have a point or like an arrowhead. So you can draw small triangles on the top of those. Yep, that works. Yep, that gives you the idea. All right. Okay, you guys, so next up, we are going to add some color to this, and we'll be back in a few minutes to show you some details, okay? Ready, Freddies? All right, see you in a minute. All right, guys, so we just gave a little start to our drawings. We did a blue color and started on the outside edge up here in the sky and down here on the Ohio River. So we're going to go ahead and give you guys some more ideas as we work through coloring and adding details to this. On the outside edge, one more thing that we can add in is all the lettering. So you can do that with a marker or a crayon or a pencil to start with. And it says the Great Seal of the state of Ohio. And there's one star in the bottom center. Oops. All right, so let's go ahead and try and do all that. Do you see all these words? Ooh, buddy, we've got a lot to add in. Yes, the Great Seal of the state of Ohio.
All capitals.
All capitals.
The Greek church. Oh, it's not.
All right, so to give you those details around the outside edge, we just did lettering and then a big star at the bottom center. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and color in that outside edge, and that's a darker blue color. So if we look at our actual seal of Ohio that I have printed out, we know that it's a darker blue color, more of a royal blue than the sky was. So we're going to go ahead and color that in, darker blue, and we'll be back in a minute to show you how far we get. Guys, we've got some more details put in for you. You can see the outside is now a darker blue. We also did a ring of red. All right, next up, we're going to work on those hills that are in the background. So you're going to take a green crayon, and all throughout the year, we've talked about how we can take one simple color and make it look light and dark based on how hard we press with our crayon. So when we push hard, we get the color to be more solid or appear darker. When we push lighter, then it makes the color appear softer or like a lighter green color, more of a pastel color. So we're going to do this next with a green crayon, and we're going to fill in the background, which are those hills like southern Ohio. So I'm going to do all of my hills first, pushing lightly with my crayon, just to fill it in. So I pushed very softly or gently. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in and give it an outline or a darker side to make it look like it has a shadow, and that'll create the illusion of depth. So same color crayon. Now I'm just going to push a little bit harder. And I did the one in the center there. You can see the difference. So these ones are all pushing gently or soft, and then this one has the soft edge, and pushing harder with the crayon creates more value that's darker. All right, you guys got the start? Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and do that across all of these hills in the background. Give them some darker parts. Yep. So this just creates a little bit of change in the color from dark to light. Then we're going to find a yellow color, and we're going to do the pasture. That's not a pasture, I keep calling it that. It's a wheat field in the front. So we're going to color all of that front yellow that goes from where the hills are. That line right there is called a horizon line. And we're going to bring all of this yellow all the way to the front. And we'll see you guys in a minute once we have that colored in. Guys, so just like when I did the hills, I added a soft layer of yellow in the foreground. I'm going to take my same crayon and I'm going to add some little wavy lines, pushing harder with this same yellow color. And that's going to give us the illusion that the field has those lines in it that looks like it has been plowed and harvested. All right, so same color crayon. This time we're going to push harder. And we're going to create some little wavy lines going across the field. Is yours not showing up? Here, use my color. All right. So up close, you might be able to see it a little bit more. There we go. All right, and when I colored this, I went right across the corn or the wheat, and I went right across the bundle of arrows, okay, because it doesn't matter if that has the yellow behind it. All right, I'm gonna find a brown color, and we're gonna add some details into the bundle of wheat next. So some sort of a brown, a soft brown, and this will add some more detail into the wheat. So I'm gonna draw some lines inside of that to give it a change in value. Okay, and I just used a really soft brown color to add some detail into the wheat. Yours is looking pretty good too, so add a little bit of brown to that though. Okay.
All
right, you want to show them how far you are for now? We've only got about 2 more steps and we're almost done. That is. Show yourself. Looks good. Would you like to show yours real quick? All right, so our next step, the sunshine needs to have some yellow in it. So back to those yellow colors, bright yellow or pale yellow crayon or colored pencil works great as well. And we're gonna go, the base of it or the sunshine is gonna be a darker yellow color. So color that one hard with a lot of pressure, okay? So where your sun is at, you're gonna push hard or with a lot of pressure. As it starts to radiate out, it goes from light to dark in color or value. So you're gonna push gently next with your yellow on the next little band, okay? So I pushed hard right here, and then the next part out, I pushed gently or soft. All right, and then after that, you're gonna push hard again so that the color looks like it transitions as a gradient from light yellow to dark yellow before it turns into the blue of the sky. Here you go, you want that one? Oh, yay. So you can see the change there from light to dark. All right, you guys, I hope you have fun trying this at home. Remember, something as simple as crayons can be used to show value changes. I want you to look at the symbols in our state seal of Ohio and try to draw those for me. If you want to download this printable, it'll be on our school webpage. If you don't want to do that or you don't have printer ink at home, take a blank paper, any size, find something at home and trace that circle, and then you have everything you need to make the great seal of the state of Ohio. We also have a colored pencil, so if you prefer to do it that way, you can do that. You guys show off your projects? All right. Here we go. Woohoo! All right, show yourself. Okay. Looking good. Nice. All right, you guys, I hope you have fun. Thank you. Say bye.
Bye.